So before I roll the footage, I want to give you a little bit of context. In Copy Elite, we have these things called, they used to be called Freestyle Friday calls. Now they're called Life and Christian Entrepreneurship calls. Sometimes we just hang out, screw around. It's Friday. We're weird, right? So we like to hang out with people just as weird as us in Copy Elite. But sometimes God shows up and He moves, and it's powerful, and lives are changed. And this was one of those times that happened yesterday, and the guys are calling it the best coaching call in Copy Elite history, the highest rated coaching call ever. And I just felt like I needed to share this with you guys as well. We're going to talk about a lot of different things: success in online business, how to find purpose to drive you to actually get that success. What do you do with this success? How do you not fall into the trap of money? And we go deep on a lot of things: enjoyment, purpose, video games versus work. How do you stay productive? It gets deep. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. So let's roll the footage. When you're an entrepreneur, your job is to solve problems. And life can get really, really bleak when all you do is look at problems all day. And that's something we all have to be very careful of. And I've been reading Ecclesiastes this month, and I just finished it today actually. But yesterday I just had, like, God just gave me this breakthrough about how when you really zoom out, like, nothing really matters besides fearing the Lord and keeping His commandments and telling people about God. Like, that's the thing that lasts forever. And it sounds a little bit like depressing, but actually it's the best thing ever, because you got to learn how to enjoy every single day. And dude, the past 3 days, like, I've felt incredible. And you would think I'd get less work done, right? Because I'm like trying to enjoy the moment. I recorded 5 videos yesterday, freaking five, and uploaded them, like, start to finish, no ideas, no concept, like, all of it. It's that freedom that God gives you when you realize that, He's in control, and He's given you this skill set and this life, and you just need to do your best and enjoy it. Like, dude, it's been awesome. So I can't recommend enough reading through Ecclesiastes. It's only 11 chapters, 12 chapters, I think. Um, yeah. Anyway, cool little win for me, because this is the most work I've done in a long time. Like, I'm cranking right now. And it's all because let's go, bro. Another huge win. So I got his first response. Awesome, man. First of many, Lord willing. It's the first step, bro. First step. Anyways, big dubs. But who's got questions? Anybody got any wins? Who got some wins this week, man? Let's talk about some wins. I'll sit here all day. I got plenty of cigar left. I'll wait until somebody answers it, man. More incoming last month. Praise God. Praise God.
I got a small one.
Okay. Win's a win.
Um, but for an offer I started setting on last week, that the one that I'm trying to help him build out, we got the first two closes in the book, so I got a nice little commission payment sent over this way
Come on,
this
baby.
morning. So
Come
stoked on
on.
that.
Come on, Stefan. Yes, sir. Man, I mean, man doesn't know what happens in the next 10 minutes. I don't know what can happen tomorrow. But I feel like the end of this year, man, is gonna be crazy for CE gang. I just, like, some of these foundations that y'all have been learning for a while, I'm just seeing it click, and not just with one of you, like, I'm seeing it just click across, like, the gang. Those of you guys that have been here for a while, it's just cool to see, dude. It's so cool to think back, because I mean, y'all are making like no money when you first got here, man. It's wild, dude. It's wild. I love it. Excited, especially as the new modules come out. It'll be like the new modules will take what that foundation you have and make it concise and useful, and then give you like a new perspective on it, and it's just going to be amazing. Frederick found two solid VAs. That's big, dude. Hiring is big. Yeah, you can send over some emails and we can review them if we have some time. Right, everybody chilling. Everybody's life is good, bro. No questions, no nothing.
I got a question. Yeah, go on.
Usually we have like an hour and a half of live call. What you got, Max?
Yeah, so bit of a weird question. So basically, I'm getting like really back into copy because for a while I was doing setting as well. I was doing like some outbound dialing, stuff like that, some triage calls, even some sales calls, stuff like that, and that's going well. But so I guess one of the things I'm struggling with, right, is I have the drive, I have like all the systems in place. I've been rewatching like literally every single module from the start. Literally, I've started acting like I just joined, watching everything in order, making like concise notes, even watching it at 1x speed, which
Oh, you're a
it's like
madman. You're a
I
legend.
do not want to watch it in 1x speed, but I am. But I guess one thing I'm struggling with is like a sense of purpose and a sense of like, obviously you make money, right? And you want to make money, and obviously I have some personal goals and some like family goals in terms of that. But I guess I'm just struggling with like the what's the point afterwards? You know what I mean? And like I've really tried to adopt the mindset of instead of like trying to make money, try and help people. And I've really been drilling that into myself. But I guess I'm just kind of sat here like maybe it's a bit pessimistic, but like what is the purpose of that? What's the purpose like after the fact? Because like there's only so much money one man can need. And once all those sort of goals that I have, and I don't even need too much to really reach that point. But like once I've reached that point, like what's the point? You know what I mean? And I'm kind of struggling with that, and I'm trying to think of the best way to progress because I feel like once I sort of unlock the what's the point for me, I'll have even more drive and even more motivation. So
Yeah, man. Great question. Um, and that's exactly what hit me in my first 10K month. And it would have hit me earlier, but the 10K happened way sooner than like I thought and it should. Like I hit that 10K and like that's all like that those lines of words that Iman programmed my brain to think that I would just be set for life. When those happened, I was like, frick. I I mean nothing changed. Like I'm in the same spot. Like I've got a couple $1,000s now, barely. But like I'm the same person. I'm in the same scenario, same like friends, same mindset, same all that. Uh, and that's when I went on the kind of journey that you're approaching right now. And when I highly recommend reading Ecclesiastes and like watching a video or two on it, because like I said, that gave me what I feel like is the biggest breakthrough I've had since that original 10K month. And that's like one you have to understand that money is just it's like there's ants all over me. What the heck? Money is it's a placeholder, right? So you have this desire for money, but if all you had was paper, like you all you could do is start a fire with 10K of bills. Like you can't do anything with it. And so you don't want the money. You want what the money can get you. And so if you sit here and think that you want the money, you want the money, you want the money, you're realizing as soon as you get it, you realize, well, I didn't like what do I actually want to do with it is the question. And so for me, there's three things. First thing is it all comes back to my faith in God and like I believe the purpose of me as like a believer and follower of Jesus is to simply trust God and tell people about him. So that's like the core of my purpose. Whether I was doing copy, money, riding a bike, delivering newspapers, like that would not change. And that's like the core of my being. Second thing is optimizing your day. I don't like to optimize for like a trip or a moment or an experience. I like to think how can I make every day like the most enjoyable to me? And that's what the money like allows me to do. So for instance, instead of buying a Cybertruck or a crazy car, I my wife doesn't work anymore. And so like could I save a lot more money and buy something cool? Like yeah. But what am I going to enjoy more? Like having a little Cybertruck or a Porsche or my wife spending time with me every day instead of going to a job, you know? And that's like a daily thing. Instead of buying some vacation, it's or some crazy gift or watch or something, it's like I can use that. 10, 20K to allow my wife to just work for me part-time. Um, yeah, trying to optimize the day. And then like the third thing is it doesn't matter how much money you have or what you get. Learning to find joy in every day and your situation is a skill. It has nothing to do with money. Nothing. Because people think it does, and all of a sudden they get money and it only makes it worse. Now they need more money and more of this and they want more stuff. Um, Naval says a desire is a contract with yourself to be unhappy until you get this thing. When instead you can just learn how to be happy in every scenario. Like it's a skill. And when I was in Africa, what blew me away is these kids were living in an actual landfill, by the way, like stuff that they couldn't even show on TV how bad it is. And they're kicking around a soccer ball made up of trash. And I've never seen kids smile that hard in my life. Like these kids are having a blast. Like more fun than you've probably ever seen a human being have fun. And they don't, I mean, they don't know, bro. Like they don't, and like that's why reading Ecclesiastes gave me a breakthrough is every single one of us right now is richer than anyone who existed 2,000 years ago. Like the richest person on earth, every single one of us has more luxuries than they do. Yet we consider ourselves broke. So it's always a perspective thing. And so I would see the money as like part of your skill of mastery, and that's another part of enjoyment. Is if you sit around and do nothing all day, you're gonna hate your life after like 2 weeks. And so God has given us gifts and skills, and it's all about like mastery. Like how do you just enjoy what you're doing? How do you progress and get better at what you're doing? And yeah, finding enjoyment in that. And the verse, let me pull it up real quick. This is the wisest man on earth at the time. He said, "Behold, what I've seen to be good and fitting is to eat and drink and find enjoyment in all the work which one works under the sun with the few days of his life that God has given him. This also I've seen is from God, for apart from him, who can eat and drink, who can find enjoyment?" Um, so that does have very little to do with money. But it does involve some money of like, how can you how can you add value to society to allow you to do what you love to add that value? I know that was a lot of stuff there. That's like years of dealing with this question. But does that make any sense? Any questions anyone has kind of on some of that or
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. That I think what I've gathered from it, and this is kind of my own like synthesization of it, is instead of thinking about like what's the point once I've reached a goal, or even just like what's the point of this, because it's kind of hard to think about it as directly benefiting as like a teacher or a doctor, right? It's hard to think about this like as you're benefiting someone directly. Instead, appreciate the life that God's given you and the opportunity that He's given you, and just try to enjoy it for what it is. Obviously, pursue the goal, but like the
yeah,
skill
spot
is
on. And
through.
I wanna stop you right there too, just to add a really important point. Think about doctors. Has a doctor ever succeeded in healing someone completely? No. Everyone dies. This is what I'm saying. Like even the point of a doctor, like it, what good does it do? Because you heal someone and they just die a couple years later. I know that sounds really crazy, but like if you really think about it like that, you realize, and that's what Ecclesiastes does. Like you zoom way out and you're like, wow, okay, yeah, trust in God, tell people about Jesus, and then fall in love with your work and your skill and enjoy it. Enjoy every second of learning, enjoy every second of like the grind, the pain, the wins, the losses. Um, so exactly what you're saying, but I just wanted to kind of add that real quick because it's easy to look at someone else's thing and be like, oh man, look at their purpose. But and I used to hate, bro. Y'all know me. I hate on artists bad. Like people who do like art that looks like doo doo, and you're like, bro, what? Um, but I've been humbled because you know what? If they enjoyed what they were doing and someone looked at that and they enjoyed it, then who the frick am I to say that that was not a good use of time? I got you. And so it's all about it's just balance, man. Because if you look at someone like Brian Johnson, that health guy, bro is spending every second of every day not even going outside if the air is under 100 things so that he can live longer. It's like trying to optimize, trying to live longer of like a miserable life. But maybe he enjoys it, you know? Maybe that's his thing. He just freaking loves being a weirdo and being super health anxious. So I don't know if that gives any clarity or makes it worse, but
Yeah, just like one more sort of like sub question to add on to that. So would you say then, because I think this is a point you got across, I just want to clarify. So are you saying that basically the the joy that you get from work, and obviously the money is like a benefit, and you're saying that you're trying to like separate instead of falling into the trap, because uh, Ben put a video in the Copy Elite Discord recently. It's from this like old, like famous entrepreneur guy, and he's turned to God, and he basically said, I watched the video. It's like continuously trying to outrun the hamster wheel, like making more money for the sake of it. Are you saying that kind of like making more money for you instead of just constantly trying to make more, you're instead trying to use it to maximize, like you said, optimize your life and just like live it to the fullest? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, it's like thinking about as a kid. Like thinking about if you like you were a child, right? And you wanted to get money, what would you do with it? You know? Like would you make a game room? Would you buy 5 Xboxes so all your friends? You see what I'm saying? Like the childlike wonder of like I want money so I can, buy all the Pokemons and have all the Pokemon. Like that's what we need more of. We don't need more of like I gotta hit 100K a month so that I can make a video talking about it on YouTube so that people think that I'm like the best or the GOAT. And like that just leads to misery because it's comparison and it's status and it's you're worried about what other people think about you instead of using that money to do the things you've always had in your heart to do. Like the money allows me to make the cool graphics I did on that course. There's no reason for me to make those. You guys have already freaking bought the course. It like it doesn't but it's freaking cool and I really like doing it and because I make enough money, I can afford to just spend 3 hours freaking around on Photoshop and having a great time. Like I'm also working on a any of y'all used to trick shot? Y'all are a little young, man. Any of y'all used to trick shot on Black Ops 2?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Y'all probably haven't played anything below Black Ops 5. That's sad, but um I wanted to be in FaZe so bad. And I'll tell you, last weekend, I bought a 360, I bought Black Ops 2, and I've already hit 3 clips. I'm making a montage. My mentors are probably like, dude, what the frick are you doing? Um, but it's made me more productive. Like, cause dude, I'm just enjoying life right now. I mean, y'all could probably see it, dude. Like, I played Counter-Strike Go for like 4 hours the other day. Um, but this is after I recorded 5 videos, so it's not like it's hindering my productivity. Like, it's making, and we lost every game. Luca's terrible. I'm just gonna put that out there. Um, but I'm just more full of life, dude. Like the Bible says that the thief comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's kind of what the enemy tries to do in this space is like trying to teach you the lie that like you need more money and people won't respect you. Your life will suck unless you're continually making more and more and more. But it says that Jesus came to give life and life abundantly. And it's like I feel abundant right now because I've been spending time with God. I could care less what happens in the info industry. I'm building my product. I'm having fun. I'm hitting a Call of Duty montage in my time off. Like I'm living my childhood dream, bro, and I'm enjoying it. But this 2 weeks ago I was miserable. Nothing changed. I didn't make any more money in the past 2 weeks. In fact, I probably made less. What changed was up here, man, and looking at everything a different perspective. Anyways, sorry that was a rant, but I'm feeling good, bro. Also, I got 3 hours of sleep last night, and I'm still feeling great. I was staying up till 4:30 a.m., bro. We just zooming. Yeah, bro. Grinding CS. CS was not that big in America. I don't know how I got into it. I was always playing with Russians. Mr. T, bro. Anything else on that, Max, or any other thoughts you've got from that you want to share, or any other questions? Because I mean, this is one of the most important questions you could ask, honestly.
Yeah, one, just sort of pivotal question there. So you mentioned like people in the space are always like, you need to make more money, you need to make more money. In terms of like the sort of self-improvement movement, right, where it's like, stop playing video games, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing that. Do you think that's inherently unhealthy? It's kind of related, but kind of unrelated. I was just curious as to your view on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the problem because that's where I was at for the past 3 years. I got rid of all video games. I mean, I just did nothing but grind. And the issue is it's a balance. Like if the Bible says a slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. Like if you don't do anything all day, you're going to be miserable. Because you're not adding any value to society. Like your chances are you're not really fearing God if you're doing that. But also, if you spend every waking moment of your life trying to get more money to the fact that you never enjoyed the reason you wanted it in the first place, that's also the same. The Ecclesiastes calls it vanity. It's the same evil under the sun, either one. So it's the balance comes from in the middle. It's like I didn't wake up and start grinding COD today. I immediately started crushing a module, and I've been working ever since I got up. But in a couple hours, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna play CS:GO. And it's also the same with this. Like I don't, I'm not out here smoking cigarettes. I don't inhale these things, but I love nicotine, and I'm not gonna like just swear off any smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's always a balance, and it's a personal balance. But dude, yeah, Sergey, bro, we could talk on some games, man. We're all a bunch of gamers. Does that kind of answer the question a little bit? It's
Yeah, so it's kind of like you were in a stage where you kind of took their advice, which is like swear off everything.
yeah,
But as
long time.
you've gotten basically richer, you've kind of acknowledged that there is sort of the childlike wonder needs to return.
Yeah, I just spent too much time at that extreme. And like you guys could probably see it a couple really like about a month ago, like I was redlining, dude. Like I was just burning out. Like I was stressed out because my business was like sitting at 60K a month and wasn't doubling every month. Like, what? Dude, if I was 12 years old and you told me I made 60K every month by sitting on a computer and building something cool and freaking around with fellow gamers, I would have been like, dude, you hit the lottery. But because my perspective had gotten so far on this like twisted info space of, oh, you got to be doubling your revenue, you got to have money, you got to be getting, views and all this stuff, like it was making me miserable. And now I'm just light as a feather because I feel like I'm living more at balance than I ever have. And so a couple of takeaways, actionable things is first thing, I always start the day in the Bible, talking to God, because that's where the perspective comes from. That's when I zoom out and I realize that I'm just another human. There's nothing special about me except that let God use me from time to time. And I try to do that more and more every day. The second thing is um, add value to the world. So like the money is the validation of the value you're adding. And so I would try to find your functional role in that, but also don't sleep on the variable of like, what do you enjoy? So there's a cross section of like doing what you enjoy and doing what is valuable to the world. And like the balance is just finding that. And it took me a while. Like I did a lot of editing and all this stuff. And when I finally figured out that I love to teach, like I love it. And if I teach things, I could teach how to trick shot on Call of Duty. I could teach that, and I'd enjoy every second of it. But is that really valuable to you guys? Is that benefiting y'all? No. And so I'm intersecting what I, love, which is teaching, and making money and figuring out a way to add value to people doing it. Does that make some sense, man?
100%, yeah.
But yeah, you probably won't wake up and be like, I got it figured out. Yeah, it's a slider, and you need to just like go to the extremes to kind of figure out what works for you. Dude, I could. Y'all want to see this clip, bro? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're pulling up the footage. This is a sick shot I hit yesterday. This is after I recorded 5 videos, okay? All right. before everybody starts going crazy. Disclaimer, most of you guys are on this side, right? I didn't do any gaming until I was making a lot of money and figuring stuff out. But what do y'all want to see? You want to see on carrier, turbine, or the standoff?
Turbine, mate, turbine.
Uh,
All of them, man, all of them.
All of them? Okay, okay. This is the one I hit yesterday, bro. I was geeking, bro. I was so happy. Look at this. Yeah, dang. That boy Ness.
Bro, it's 2 FPS.
Oh, is it fricked?
You gotta shoot it over in the announcements, man.
Oh crap.
Yeah, pretty sure I can count the frames on one
Oh
hand there.
great. Hold on. I got y'all. All right, interactive class. Everybody take a second. Watch face KJ. I'll show y'all that one. It sounds stupid, but this is important, guys. This is a huge breakthrough for me. And like I've not enjoyed my time working this week more than I have since literally like the original days of Copulate. Just because I've just found the balance of enjoying the times where I'm off. That way I can work harder when I come back.
That was a clean shot, man.
Okay, watch the carry one because that one was like random. I wasn't even trying to go for it. And there's a can swap and everything, bro. Then we'll keep going with the useful stuff. Nah, the carrier one was sick, dude. So sick.
That was clean, man. Do you remember the KSG?
Oh yeah,
Black Ops 2, man, that was my gun. I used to love that and the Peacemaker. Is it Peacemaker?
yeah, Peacemaker. It's like a
Ah,
DLC
bro,
one.
those two, and the MSMC as well. Those are my favorite guns in the game, man.
No, that's just solid. Good question. Mr. T, what's good, bro?
Bro, everything that you talked about, like right now, after Max's question, bro, it just made me realize that I've been like so brainwashed by the space that I, need to grind. And it's like wake up, cold shower, no phone, 5 a.m., run, can't come back, fucking, I don't know, ice bowl of water, dip it in, take a sales call, close 10K in a day, and just, ball out, smoke a cigar, get that GTR or S like by the age of 19, and then I'm happy. But like the thing is, even like when Max asked that question, it like, I thought about it like last week as well. And yes, I do want the Porsche, I do want the like nice clothes and stuff like that. And I asked myself why. And the main reason was, oh, I thought it would be so cool to pull up to school like in that way. And then I thought, bro, I'm leaving school after a month. What's the point?
Who cares?
After I move out, no one will know me. They'll see maybe, yeah, the nice car, they'll turn the heads, but no one will know me like, oh, it's just another car. It will pass and nothing will happen. Nothing will gain from that. And I realized that like I have to do things for myself and not for other people. And I've been like thinking like that, oh yeah, that's obvious, but it was like subconscious even. So that's something I wanted to share. And also like for the fulfillment
Hmm.
side of things, I was thinking about this also, like being fulfilled in the space can get really like, well, you can really get sidetracked real quick because all you're thinking about is new revenue, new appointments booked, like new clients and stuff like that. All of them in your head is like just numbers. In reality, though, if you have a good product, not trying to sell it is unethical. And I thought about this the other day, like, yeah, like what's the point? Oh, I'm doing all of this work to get more clients, to get them more money. Like, what's the point? But then I thought about it, how I am like really thankful for Chris, Scallon, which like helped me get over some of my fears and objections to actually join this program, because of this program, my life changed completely. Probably my whole bloodline, like course of my bloodline changed completely. And then like it hit me. Probably the key to like finding fulfillment in the space is selling something that changes people's lives. And when we're like starting out, we're probably selling not the best products out there. it's still like probably good, but like when you're selling something that changes people's lives, all of a sudden like the copywriting, the manipulating, if you will, the persuasiveness is for their own good. It's for their own good, so they make the jump, they feel emotional, and they pay the money to change their lives because like it's not normal to like put down 4K on something that don't know about, like you're unsure. And having that copy, those guarantees, those offers that we're making, all of these like persuasion principles, all these first principles is just to help a person overcome their fears to change their life. And when I like think about this that way, all of a sudden, like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna sell like much more info. I'm gonna book much more appointments. I'm gonna make my copy so good that all of these people get on this program that will change their lives. And the key, like to like get fulfillment, is to find that kind of product or create that kind of product so you can like actually do that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Amen, bro. That's it. I mean, that's the thing. So many people are so focused on the numbers, you forget that there's every one of those numbers is a human being on the other side. And that just comes from zooming out and realizing what's actually going on here and not getting stuck in the race. And this is why I talk so much. We talked about last live call, like um I don't like running from the I don't like pain being the motivator because at some point you'll probably escape it and then what? Then you feel empty. But what you're talking about right there is you're running towards the light. And I mean, your voice literally upped energy as soon as you started talking about it, because that's where I get my energy from. I'm not thinking about, I don't know, whatever I can possibly think about. I'm thinking about like, oh man, the next comment someone leaves on my course, like, it's gonna be awesome. The next person who like drops a win, like that's what gives me energy. And it's not talked about enough because the people who are talking about it are still stuck on the hamster wheel of status and thinking that another number is going to do it. This next number is going to be the one. This one's going to stick. I'm going to be happy after this, but it's not what it comes from.
I also wanted to ask, like, bro, like, so you talk like about, balance in life, and you're at a point, where you're making enough money to actually allow yourself uh to play COD, to play like CS:GO and stuff like that. And I was just wondering, so how do you like when do you qualify for that kind of thing? How do you graduate to that kind of stage? Because if I found myself, like I don't even know, like is it the case of how hard you work during the day, then you can like allow yourself an hour or two just to do whatever the frick you want, or like how do you manage it without like having it damage you in the long run, as an overall person?
Well, the first thing is you can't enjoy the rest without work, and you can't enjoy the work without rest. That's the secret. So the couple things there is one, you got to start by working hard, and it comes down to time. It's not a money thing. Like I'm not making any more money than I have been in the past freaking like 10 months. But why do I feel so light? Why do I have so much energy? Why am I like living at my full like purpose right now? It's because I've just learned how to balance it better. And so part of that is, working on the right stuff and getting your work done makes you feel good. And then two is finding things that you do enjoy that are restful, that don't drain you. So, I mean, an example is I deleted Rocket League. I can't play it. I mean, it makes me I'm serious.
Mad.
So, yeah, I mean, I get pissed off and I want to get obsessed and I want to go learn how to do a flip reset and I want to just
Musty flick.
yeah, and the skill ceiling is too high. Like I would have to spend my whole life freaking on the sticks to make it happen. Um, so it's not like every video game is equal. That's like saying every car is the same car. Like they're completely
Mm.
different. So I'm not saying to just go, grind out some miserable video games, but like find things, whether it's video games or sports, like honestly, sports is a way better option. Like anything. What do you find that just gives you energy? and you're excited to do. Like, what are you excited to do today after work? And if you don't have anything,
Mm.
like just experiment and find some stuff. Like I'm about to and the key is like, yeah, don't play League. Wouldn't recommend. Let's add that to
Bro,
the ban list. League and Rocket League.
nah,
Go ahead and ban that. Yeah. Those are go
no
ahead.
League of Legends.
We'll go ahead and ban those.
I was a Yasuo main and I used to like type sit in all chat like in 0.0 seconds or some shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That might not be rest. But one of my next goals is I have to wait till I can find a court that's open, but I'm going to learn, or Lord willing, I'm going to learn how to kick a perfect knuckleball. I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid, but I was an idiot. I didn't know iteration. I didn't know skills. I didn't know micro. I didn't have the. I'm serious, bro. Like in my free time, all I do is I take these lessons I teach y'all and apply them to video games and sports. That's what gives me enjoyment. Is I love progress. And so if I'm getting the nastiest knuckleball known to mankind, I'm iterating it like crazy. I got my iteration log on my phone. I'm like, all right, I need to move my foot this angle. I'm recording it. Dude, that gives me energy. Like I love it. And you guys just gotta find
yeah.
what is that thing for you? What is fun for you? And um, yeah, bro, League is
But
yeah, League is not good. Yeah.
also I'm thinking about, you have all of these, at least for me, I have a list of things that I have to do and problems that I have to solve. And it's like I for the like time being, I'm feeling like I need to catch up. It's not like I'm walking at my own pace. It's all I need to do like more all of the time. It's never like, oh, I did good today. It's always like I could have done more. And that's why I can't like fully enjoy my rest and I can't like fully like be happy, if you will. So
Yeah.
how do you like stop catching up and start being?
It was a lie, straight from Satan. And I believed it for the past 20 years. And I've had the first real freedom from it, I think, in a long time, like literally this week. And it comes by first realizing, like, bro, when are you never gonna be behind? Like, there's always gonna be someone better. And so you're just gonna be miserable forever if you continue to think like that. Like, if everyone just looked up to Elon and I'm like, why do I don't have businesses doing billions of dollars? Like, there's always gonna be someone better. And it's vanity. It's what Ecclesiastes says. Like, it's mist. Like, it said, dude, one of my favorite verses from there. It says, a living dog is better than a dead lion. All these great people from the history of humanity, besides Jesus, because he's alive, they're all dead. You're better than all of them. Every single one of y'all is better off than every great person that ever existed. And so it's a lie. And so it's like you're spending the one gift that you have, the one edge you have over everyone that's dead, which is like you still have life. The trial run that God has given you on this earth is still going. And like, what happens if you get better than all those people? You think they care? You think if anybody sees your GTR, they're like, "Oh man, that's man, that guy is so cool." No, they're thinking, what do they look like in it? They're thinking about
Yeah.
GTR. It's all mist. It doesn't mean anything. That's why, like, yeah, exactly. Warren Buffett would trade every single thing he had to be in any of y'all's position right now. Every dollar. And so here we are, wishing we were Warren Buffett, and he's wishing we were us. It's all mist. It doesn't freaking matter. Like, get a cigar, sit outside, work on something you love doing really hard for 4 hours, and then just let it go. Because like the end of it, the thing is you got to zoom out and see where it ends. And it ends in nothing. There's no gain from it of just comparing yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, I love competition. I think competition is great for the market, for men in general. Like I love competition.
Mm.
But if your whole life, if you can't even rest because you're so worried about what someone across the world is doing in some info product, open your eyes. And I'm preaching to myself here, dude. I do it every day. So it's like no one
What
cares
about
what you're doing at like, you know, go for a walk.
yeah?
Chill. Like
What about though, like on a tactical level? Like I keep like a notebook, like very simple, like of tasks I need to do that day. I never finish it. That's the thing. Like I do the tasks like the best of my ability, and I always like let's say like overcomp. No, I
Stop right there. Stop right there.
imagine.
You said you do the task to your best of your ability. Done. That's the only to-do list you have. Those tasks don't mean anything, bro. You solve them, and guess what? Someone else has another thing, another VSL to be made, another video to be made. It never stops. The only check mark you should ever check off every day is, did I do my best today? Did I give it my all? Check. Done. Let's go enjoy the breath that God has given me before it's gone.
Hmm. And what if you haven't done your best?
Then
What if you slacked off? What if you like watched some YouTube on accident while you had to work?
You're never
Can
going
you
to do your
like
best though. Like, you're never going to always do your best.
yeah.
That's striving for perfection, which none of us are.
that
We're,
doesn't exist?
Number 8, principles of Copulate My Company. It says, give it your all, but remember, perfection doesn't exist on this earth. Perfection is a lie. It doesn't exist. Dude, hop
Hmm.
on a plane, hop on an airplane, and get above the biggest city, like above New York, and they all look like ants. And you realize how dumb we all are and how funny God must think we are. I gotta hit him with an info. I'm gonna be a failure. My family won't love me. I'm talking to myself.
But like, if you like even like slack off, can you give yourself like the grace to chill?
That's why Jesus died for us, because we're we're messed up. You just gotta
Yeah,
be.
bro, I've been brainwashed too much, I guess. I want to be the next Ashton Hall, like minute and minute. 1 minute you close a 10K deal, the other I don't know,
You just
finish finish a gym session.
you're missing a load of melanin. You can't even get close, brother. You're the wrong shade.
Yeah.
Oh, bro has better genetics.
No.
He has better genetics than every one of us put together in this call. Ain't no shot. We could all work out for the rest of our life, and bro would still mark every single one of us. So don't even worry about it. The question is, do you enjoy working out? That's the question. And that's why you work out, because you enjoy it and it brings you life. Instead of thinking, I got to be Ashton Hall,
Yeah, bro.
because it's stupid. And then 2 weeks later, someone's going to say, I wish I want to be Mr. T. Meanwhile, you're sitting here, I wish I was this person. And everyone's wishing, wishing, wishing they were all these people. And there's someone in the corner playing around in the sticks, and they're happier than everyone. There's a kid in Africa happier than every single one of y'all. And he has nothing. He doesn't even have shoes.
And he's happier than me, man. Fuck.
I'm serious, bro. If you don't think this didn't wreck me when I went over there, man, frick.
Oh yeah, bro. Thank you. I got it. Some thinking to do.
just add something as well. You were saying about like, and this just clicked for me. This is advice that I got from someone ages ago, and what KJ said, literally just hit me like really hard. So basically, right at the end of the day, because you were saying that you always felt like you need to do more work, right? You always felt like you never do enough work. I think at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's like you're probably doing copywriting, right? Because you want to unlock a better life, right? And you want to, same with me, and you want the freedom that comes with it, right? None of us
Yeah.
actually want to work 10 hours a day. At the start, first few months till we get like 3, 4K a month, we probably will, right? That makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's like what you need to do, and this is something that I'm doing right after this call. Basically, my friend gave me the advice of, and I believe it's in the 4 hour work week. Just literally write down your dream day, right? And it doesn't have to be like your absolute dream day of all time ever, because you'll change. But write down like your perfect day. So it could be like wake up at 5, because like personally I enjoy waking up at 5. That's just kind of how I naturally do it. Um, and then what you would do in order in detail, and then just basically start living it to the best of your ability, right? So if in your dream day it's drive around in a GTR smoking cigarettes, you probably can't do the GTR bit yet, but you can do the cigarettes bit. Obviously I
That's
wouldn't, but you know what I mean. And it's like, in terms of, because you were saying about the gaming, like how do you sort of allocate that time to yourself, and how do you let yourself spend that time on gaming? I think you just gotta like self-reflect, right? So I can never play a game again unless it's with friends. I get too addicted, I get too competitive. I used to be really good at shooter games. If I pick up a game
Mm.
again, because like I used to be like top 1%, the ego comes back and I'm like, I can do this, I can go pro. I can't go pro. I'm good, I'm not that good, you know what I mean? And I think it's like everybody has in their mind hobbies that they want to try, right? So like for me, I really, really want to try woodwhittling and learn the piano. These are the things that, I might hate, but I want to try. And what Katie said finally clicked is like, just pick hobbies that you want to do. Just pick something that you think would be cool. And the point of the money and the time freedom is to be able to allocate time to that skill just to see if you like it. And it's living in the moment, right? So it's like, let's say I'm making 5K a month, which is, by the way, phenomenal, right? Better than 99.9% of people ever in the world will basically ever earn. If I want to spend 300 quid on a pair of whittling knives and some really good, bloody basswood from like America, I can because I have the money to do so and the freedom. So it's like, sure, so you landed Nathan Nazareth, right? Really big client. You're working with him. You're making what I'd
Mm.
imagine is semi-decent money, right? If you
Yeah.
want to now start putting away 1 hour at the end of your day, and you really had this urge to just play Minecraft and sink an hour in it a day, then just play Minecraft, man. Because it's like at the end of the day, the constant striving of perfection is gonna like just destroy you. And I've like really recently, as I've gotten back into copy, really realized like time is so much more important um than anything else. Because what really hit me recently, and because KJ was like mentioning all this business stuff is just about numbers. I was working a outbound dialing offer, and it was the most gruesome experience in my life because it's like all I'm doing is picking up the phone and like I'm trying to help people, but I'm not hitting KPIs because I'm actually trying to help them. So like if there's some
Mm.
kid in India who cannot afford this $4,000 trading course, right? I'm just gonna be like, look, mate, we have free resources, like just do your best and let's sort of revisit it in like 6 months. And they're like,
Mm.
no. So then when I left that position, right, it's like now I have so much time and now I really appreciate it more. So this morning I woke up at 5. I was like, I'm really tired. I'm gonna sleep till 6. Slept till 6. And I did 3 hours of foundations course, making notes slowly, just really enjoying the actual moment. Literally have them right here, by the way, color coded as per the videos, by the way. Um,
Beautiful.
Look at his
and it's
smile. How
like
much fun he
then,
had doing
and
that.
then it's like then I slacked off and watched a Jacksepticeye video for half an hour. Am I gonna beat myself up about it? No.
Classic.
By the way, Jacksepticeye's new series, Schedule One, it's about weed. It's probably not the best thing to watch. It's really funny. 100% watch that. But like, I don't beat myself up about it now. So I'm like, at the end of the day, what do I do today? I really actually watched and internalized almost all of the foundation modules. I went to the gym. I hit the nuttiest pull workout ever. And it's like, I came home, cycled home, ate, and now I'm on this call, having my sort of mindset changed. So it's like, have I been the most productive? No. Could I have spent 8 hours straight locked in my room with a bottle of water, um, grinding through KJ videos on 2.5x speed with a Chrome add-on to make it go faster? Like, yeah, probably. What I wanted to, you know, possibly considering basically ending my life, also probably. But like, I've went downstairs for half an hour earlier, sat by the fireplace, stroked my pug. It was nice. You know what I mean? It's nice. So yeah, just pick some hobbies. Really write down your dream life. Really like try and construct it as of right now, because it will change. That's what I'm gonna do right after this call. And then just try and live it to the best of your ability. So like literally, that's what I'm gonna do. So like once I start getting money, I'm gonna book piano lessons. Because I want to learn the piano. I have 3 songs that I want to learn off the top of my head. It's a
Great.
skill that I really, really want to learn. And I'm gonna start woodwhittling. I've got a book, I've got some knives, start carving some wood. That's my max run over.
This man will be
That's
happier than
yeah.
someone making $1 million a month who's just throwing their life away to do it. And a question Ray just said, do you measure productiveness off how many hours you work you put in or how many important tasks you completed? There's a reason that I'm not finishing the productivity course. Part of it's because it'll be inside of the new foundations, most of it. But the other part of it is I got it wrong. Productivity is how much did you enjoy your work today and your rest? Do you have this task? Like did you enjoy it? And part of the enjoying is how much leveraged was it, right? I mean, that's part of it. Like it's hard to enjoy something that's low leverage forever for people like us. Like God has given some people the susceptibility to leverage. But if I tell my mom about leverage, she don't know what the frick is going on, bro. She just wants to go, look at the birds. And that's fine because she freaking enjoys it. But I can't do that because I have this innate thing about leverage, and I'm like, I gotta do something leverage today. Um, but when you look at your to-do list, don't look at how many tasks you got because the curse of humanity is that we have to work and it never ends. Work is never done. Like work will never be done until Jesus comes back. Period. And so if you're basing your happiness off of work, then prepare for a miserable life because it's never like, and so the variable isn't how much did you do because it's infinite. It's one out, if one, two, like 10 out of infinity or 20 out of infinity, what's the difference? It's infinity. But it's like, man, I I dug deep on this VSL and studying it, and I crafted this sucker. I put 10 hours into it. I don't even care if it works. I am proud of this VSL. And that's when you're like, because I just figured on that course, bro, that I just dropped, like I said, the graphics, the intro, the new things, it doesn't matter really when it comes to my bottom line. But you know what? I had a blast. And it made me want to work on the course even more because I was so excited of the little stupid little graphics. And so you just got to reframe it, man. And it takes time. And I'm not saying to not do HLAs because part of your enjoyment comes from the game of leverage. You're learning more and more like how do I effectively use my time to accomplish my goals? That's part of the game. And you love it, that's part of the enjoyment. But you got to remember, the work is never done. And if you don't, it's cliche, but if you don't stop and smell the flowers, if you don't stop and smell the butt sweat in your chair, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, bro, it's damn insane. I never realized that's like probably why I feel like so, if you will ask, like the past month. Because I've done like so much stuff, but like, okay, I've done it next. There's much more to do. Okay, I've done that next. Never stop to think like about how much did I actually do? How much like I made Nathan's like life easier and stuff like that. But I gotta reframe my mind, man. I'm cooked, man. What the fuck?
But wait, like, I mean, don't do this unless you really want to have a moment and you want to get emotional. But like, go back and watch Mr. T, who's just making his first looms. You were happier. I can tell you, you've been so heavy. Like, dude, ever since you landed that client, that's your dream, right? You're like, oh my God, if I could only land this massive client. And you did it. And
Yeah,
now you weigh 10 times more. I can tell because you hop on the calls and you're like, you feel like you need to take a breath.
yeah, bro. Um, crazy, crazy, bro. It's actually like insane. Even I have my own YouTube channel, and I stopped doing it. I just stopped. I used to upload a like video every week, but I don't do it anymore, and I give myself the excuse, oh, I just have more work to do. Like that's low leverage, but I really enjoy talking to the camera, like
Yeah.
just spilling out my own thoughts. Like, but like, bro, it's insane. Like, what can you like do to yourself when you're like really in the weeds? Like, it's insane. And personally, I love sports. Like, except for maybe football and basketball, like every other sport, like badminton, table tennis. Oh my God, like I played badminton today for the first time. I smacked like 4 hours of it without a care in my mind, without a care in the world. Like it was so enjoyable, and I didn't think about business like one bit. It was just me, the racket, and the bird. And that's it. So
And that's
yeah,
God,
it's
man.
like, but I felt like the disgusting part of it is like I felt bad. I felt like I didn't do enough today to actually deserve to do that. So it's like
That is
that's the
from the
thing I
enemy.
have to. Yeah, that's Satan. Yes, I have to.
Dude, I wish I could snowboard, man. Oh, we gotta do a snowboarding trip. We'll Yeah, we gotta
Bro,
like a good use
when is
at some point. We gotta do that.
when is CE Mastermind incoming? Like meetup. You have to do a meetup this summer, man.
Yeah, we'll try to figure something out. That's just another one of those things is like you'll notice that anytime you watch something and you feel moved or you're like, man, that was cool. I'm hoping y'all felt that with like this recent module. Like you just went through it and like forget about the business stuff, forget about whatever. You saw my love for what I do in that thing. And if you can do stuff like that every day, bro, that's what matters. It's just like it's crazy, man. And that mastermind, bro, that whole event, I I almost went bankrupt. Like I was so close to going bankrupt. I fired half those people before they came. Like it was the biggest crap show I've ever seen. But God had humbled me so hard by the time we got there that I told the guys, I was like, look, I got pizza on the way. I just bought a Switch. We got chess and we got brothers.
Catan.
Let's just freaking do it. Like there's no agenda. There was zero schedule. Like anything we had thought about doing, gone, gone. I was like, hey, y'all just frick around and be dudes for like 2 days and let's just have fun because we're all weird. And bro, I kid you not, that night, it wasn't in the video because I didn't there's no point, right? It was part of the moment. We were up till 3 a.m. crying and praying. Like it was insane. It was insane. Uh yeah, it's just crazy, man. And that's like, but you know how many people could afford to do that? Everyone. Like I'm like the poorest info owner you guys know. I'm serious. Everyone has more money than me. I'm not kidding when I say that. I wish I was joking. Um, but I don't freaking care as long as I'm joyful. Like if I have the joy of God, I could give a frick whether I have $2 in my bank account. If I get to wake up and make these freaking modules and play some COD and eat a dinner with my wife, like and frick around with y'all, dude, I don't. What else could I ask for? Honestly, I mean, a car, like yeah, that's cool, whatever. It'd be fun to drive around, but like I wouldn't trade it for any of this.
Insane, bro. Yeah. I just also like remember the school loom I created with the cool PowerPoint,
Yeah.
bro. I was so happy when I made that happen. It's sad like I didn't have the chance to actually use it because after I made it, Nathan replied to me. But that's one of the like things I'm so proud of, and always like look back on it and see it sometimes in my Loom library. I was like, yeah, I did that.
That's it, bro. Don't lose that. And remember, if you're not having moments like that, then you're missing it because you didn't, I mean, you were excited to see what would happen, right? But you didn't really care because you didn't even use it. You just look back and you're like,
Yeah,
dude, I enjoyed every second. I love the challenge, and part of it's the challenge. If life was easy, it would not be fun. Um,
yeah,
Part of it is the challenge and like the skills you have to learn to overcome that challenge. It's the story of your life, right? If every story never had a pain in it, then it wouldn't be a story. It wouldn't be worth listening to. It's just yeah, man.
yeah. I apologize for taking up so much time. I hope this was valuable for other people as well. Insane.
You know what
Never
you should do,
once
Mr. T? You know what you should do?
yeah.
You should if you've got the money for it and the time, book like a weekend lake house getaway. That's what I want to do so badly. Book a lake house for like 90 quid a night and go. And sure, you can still do work there, but do like the bare minimum work just to keep Nathan Nazareth happy, right? And then just
Yeah.
dip your feet in the water, sit there with the Bible, mate. Just have the best time.
Oh,
Maybe even a
bro.
cold brew if you're of age. I don't know how old you are.
That's Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna take some whiskey for my father. Take a cigar there as well. Bro, you wouldn't see me any happier like in like all my life, bro. And I would record a
I
fucking
the
sick
side
ass YouTube
too about
video.
like that like wine and alcohol was a gift from God for the cheerness of your hearts. Like that's the purpose of it. obviously the enemy has twisted it, right, to where it's now become
Yeah, yeah.
addiction and escape of substance abuse. But I was telling this to Andreas. I said, sitting around a nice dinner with the people you love, bros, joyful to the brim of like what God's done in your life and what he's doing, and sipping on 2 to 3 beers, good Guinness. Like you can't wish that away. You can't wish that away for the 100K month. You can't wish that away for the $1 million a month. Otherwise, you're just missing it, man. Missing it. Um, yeah, we'll answer this last questions a little bit, a little bit more
Yeah.
tactical. I think.
Can I just preface that question
Yeah,
real
yeah. Go
quick?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Because I suffer from like basic ADHD, right? Where I find that if I have carbs, I just can't. I cannot focus. So right now I'm on like a really restricted carb diet. I'm on like less than 13 grams a day, and I've noticed like my mind is just insanely sharp. Like I'm absorbing information. But as I read the Bible more and watch more videos, I'm like, you know, so on one side it's like don't be gluttonous, right, and don't overconsume food. But on the other side, it's like don't be so restrictive and don't, you know, drink and eat bread and stuff like that. I'm just kind of wondering as to your thoughts on this, especially given my situation.
Well, I've done 40 days of carnivore. I've done I've done every health thing you could possibly do. Some things I probably could even say on the camera, or else, yeah, wouldn't be great for the reputation. Oh man. But it comes back to the balance, man. Like, do you feel good eating some meat and staying away from sugar? Yeah. But if someone gives you a donut and you're like at your, niece's birthday party, like just eat the freaking donut. Like, don't be a goober. And dude, I'm telling you, because I was miserable. Like, you did not want to be around me when I was on carnivore and I was locked the frick in. I was a loser because I wouldn't go out to eat with my friends because I was scared of eating a carb. I was listen how fricked up this sounds. I was scared of broccoli. What? Like, what a girl, bro. What a pansy. I was scared of a piece of broccoli. Like I genuinely feared broccoli. And so like you can't let this stuff you can't take it too seriously. It's just like anything else. If you sat there and ate sugar all day, yeah, broccoli does suck, honestly. It's not a bad example, but no, you should never eat broccoli. Like if all you did was eat donuts, then how much would you enjoy your life? You wouldn't. Because it would cause repercussions and you'd be, guilty and you'd be gluttonous, all this stuff. But also the same thing is if all you do is meticulous, if you can't have a single calorie without thinking about the inflammation that's going to happen, you're going to be miserable because that was me for a long time, dude, a long time. Um, and so it's all about the balance for you. It's like, does that stuff help you? Do you like eating meat? Is fun, then eat it because God said, like everything is, I'm losing the verse. We're an hour and 10 in. I'm losing my references. Anyways, I talked about how everything is Paul says like everything is doable, but not everything is profitable. Um, it just depends. Are you focusing more on other people or yourself? Because when I stopped going out to eat or when I was being weird at restaurants, ordering this freaking crazy stuff, was I thinking about the people I was with and being present with them, or was I just being a goober? And the answer was for me was a complete goober. And so now I don't go to restaurants and I just order something that's on the menu. I don't really care how bad it is, as long as I'm just enjoying the time. It's like the less amount of time you can think about yourself and the more you can think about other people and how to serve them, the better. And so that comes down to all kind of things, not just diet, but yeah. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but no, just eating meat is not inherently sinful.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, like, because normally I would agree. I just feel like, is it wrong to necessarily put yourself first, just in like one regard? Because like I've tried it and gone off and on and off, but I just find when I'm off, I don't know what it is. I just cannot muster the willpower to do stuff. But like literally, I've been on this version. Like I do not feel faint. I feel like I have boundless energy, right? But like my room has been clean for the longest time consecutively, has ever been clean for like the, my whole 22 years of life. Like I dropped something, and for the first time in my life, I could just master the willpower to just pick it up. Normally, I'm like, I'll leave it there until Jesus comes back, until the whole world burns down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like it's just kind of trying to find that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just right now you're at a little bit of extreme and you'll come back like it's a belief thing. Can you ever pick up or like if you ate a carb this morning, is there any reality where you could pick up a piece of trash in your room? Yes. So you're being goofy. Does meat give you, is it better for your system based on your genetic makeup and help you focus more? Yes. So both of those things can be true, but it's just realizing that you got to be careful the stories you tell yourself because your brain is extremely powerful. And when God taught me this lesson is when I was in the fit of my anxiety. I was 40 days deep on carnivore and I went to get a blood test to figure out what was wrong with me. And I passed out while they were taking my blood. I couldn't see the needle. I couldn't see the blood. I couldn't see anything. And my brain shut down my entire body just because it thought that something was happening. That's how powerful your brain is. And so you got to be careful of the stories because if you're telling yourself, I can't pick up anything if I have a carb and you have a carb, you're probably not going to pick up anything.
Mm.
But if you like, this is why the whole belief module is so important. If you sit back and think, has anyone ever done anything important, even if they have ADHD, when eating a carb? Yes. So is it impossible for you to do any work after eating carbs? But then again, does your brain work better off of them? Probably so. So it's not like, it's not like this concrete thing. Like the past week I've been doing no dairy. I've been testing it out and I freaking love it. I have felt great, like way better than I have in a long time. We went out to Mexico the other day, and my wife's dad was bringing us to this restaurant for this event, and they ordered cheese dip, and they're like, "You have to try it." And I just tried it because, like, you know what? What's it gonna like? It's not gonna kill me. Yeah, my stomach might hurt for like an hour, but like, dude, I'm not gonna be the guy like, "Oh, I'm not having dairy right now because I gotta focus on my modules." It's like it gets old, man. It gets old.
All right, yeah, Def definitely something to think about. Yeah,
I'm not saying
interesting.
like, I'm not saying just don't. I'm not saying go back to eating donuts every day, but like if you're home, right? If you're home and you've got meat store, you can cook it and it's fine, like just do it. But if there's a situation where it's like you're gonna compromise others to make sure you get with this story you're telling yourself, that's where you have to be careful. Like I was making my wife miserable on carnivore because I wouldn't eat the other stuff with her. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm not eating dinner with my wife, who God's given me, because I'm scared of a broccoli and some carbs. And it's like you can still stay on carnivore, but just not be like that guy who's like, oh, I'm on carnivore and I can't go to this restaurant because, oh my God, they use corn oil. Looks like, oh, you guys are NPCs. You guys are drinking seed oils. I'll have y'all know I'm a seed oil connoisseur and I'm making bank right now. So it it is what it is. I love me some seed oils, man. I,
You
for,
know, yeah, you make a good point because like, there have been times where I've been like, sorry, mum, I just can't do this because of this diet or whatever. I should probably think about that more. That's a good point. Yeah, mindset shifting, all cool. Bloody hell.
crazy, man. And you just got to think about like, you just got to reset because the internet is dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. And I've been in the pits of it before, where you're in this chamber of people on Reddit and they're talking about how like they had all these problems and they started eating carnivore and all of a sudden their life has changed and they're freaking Superman. They can shoot lasers out of their toes and they just lift bench 400 pounds after 2 weeks. Like that stuff is just not true, 90% of it. And it's just lies. You got to be careful of that. Um, it's like the whole fat thing. Like America was built from a bunch of men eating eggs and bacon. Like this is what built our country. So anyone saying that fat is bad, like, and you can't do anything off of fat, it's just a lie. Like, will you be happier? May you live a couple of years longer, maybe, but I don't know, man.
Nah, mindset shifting, bro. Because literally it was Easter recently, and I haven't eaten my Easter eggs yet. Because I'm like, I don't want to go off carnival, but I'm just like, bro, this Lindor chocolate Easter eggs just staring me down every day, man. I've been looking at it, and I'm just mustering all the willpower to just not tear through it.
Bro, get them out. Get one out right now. Freaking crack it open.
It's
Enjoy it.
downstairs, bro. It's downstairs.
Bro, enjoy it. And then guess what? Tomorrow, go eat some steak. Like that it that's the thing is it's just not like the Bible says there's nothing better for a man than he should eat, drink, and find enjoyment in all of his work. So if eating becomes an idol for you, then like you gotta back off because it was for me and it was crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like I started it because I had like an unhealthy relationship with food where whenever I would get bored or like find it hard to start working, I'd eat. So I feel like this has been a good reset. And like I used to have a really bad sugar addiction as well, so I would actually just eat donuts all day. So I might try and
That's
figure
just
out a
as
way
bad,
to
you
like,
know. So
yeah,
it's
because
all about the balance.
balance is hard for me, bro. I have to work on that.
Good call, man. Great call. All right, Ryan, you got our last one.
How's it going?
Doing good, bro. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, like these calls are not really like, they're not like really like business oriented, but like I think I kind of came to this program for this like community, so it's kind of nice to have where like, we just be real. And I like how like Mr. T, like I mean, like he's been like telling us about his problems, and like I just see how like relatable he is. Like he's not the only one going through this, and it's nice to hear. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. And this is like this is what it's about. I thought I was gonna do something cool by making some cool course, and God had other plans because I did not see the community like I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's a blessing to me. So appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate every single one of y'all, man, because if nobody was being transparent, nobody was being honest, we weren't being real, then like it'd be a bunch of freaking loom review.
KJ, if you make me cry, I swear, man.
It ain't me, man. You got to talk to the big man. I can't make people cry. But he does, man. He brings it. He brings it, bro. Well, um, anybody want to pray us out? Anybody have last thing? If not, I can, but
No, KJ, you have to take this one.
all
You
right.
have to.
All right. Can do that. Can do that. Oh, Father, thank you for this day. Um, thankful for the gift of life and for the breath in our lungs. And God, I just pray for every single one of us that you would remind us what you've given us, and you would not let the enemy steal our joy away from the little things in life that make it worth living. And we ask that you would please just show everyone in here their purpose, give them a deeper reason than just making some money and trying to impress others. I ask you would just give us purpose that fits inside your plan, and you would help us just help others in all that we do, including our businesses. And I pray that everyone in here would just take some time today to just reflect on what you've been teaching us. And we're just so thankful and pray that you would just give us clarity in life and help us to work hard and to rest hard and to enjoy every second of both. In Jesus' name, amen. Well,
Amen.
boys, I am going to probably go work some more, man. And then I'm gonna play some COD.
Send in the clips, man.
Yeah. Wait till the montage comes out. Post on the main channel. I thought about doing it, but the team is like, stop. He needs to be stopped. I'm like, okay. Thank you, man. I need some luck. I'm trying to hit this another turbine shot, so I need some luck, bro. All right, guys. Catch y'all later. Y'all the
See,
best.
see you.
Adios.